All right, day 10, good day to be working. Boy, oh boy, I thought the structural engineer was coming today. So all yesterday and the night before, I was super nervous and I was feeling gross and I was like, what's gonna happen? This is gonna be a really bad day. He's gonna tell us 100 things that are wrong, like kind of like, you know, the kind of things that you have to pay $100,000 for. And so I was like, oh man. And then right as I was falling asleep, I realized, hey, that's the wrong date. It's not tomorrow, it's next week. So I was like, yes, I get to tile and mow. So I'm gonna finish up the tiling today. We're gonna clean up, you know, we're gonna clean these guys up. We're gonna go through all the grout lines and get all that stuff out of there so we can get some nice clean grout in there. Then we'll throw tile on this last little bit and then we'll be ready to grout. Good times. Surface preparation is always a thing. And there's a couple small little metal pieces that need to come out if we want to tile this thing easy. So got the old saw out and it's gonna make a big mess. I'm not gonna do much of that with one hand because that's a water line and I don't want, if I accidentally whack that, then we got real problems. So no video more of this. I'm definitely not a guy you want to watch if you're trying to like learn the trades or something. Like there's guys that are obviously a lot better than me. I'm kind of a hack, but you find little tricks. Like for example, there's nothing for this tile to sit in, so I put a couple screws there, and that just kind of holds it steady. I'm sure there's a fancier way, but it works for me. Here's some up close and personal action. Of course, you always got to cut half pieces with Subways. Nice thing is you can always tell what half is because they're a 2-to-1 ratio. So you just lay it like that, and if you're in the middle, you're good. So here we go. These snappers are awesome. And we just go pop, 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 and we got 10 half pieces. Pretty perfect too, honestly. They do a really nice job. All right, well, I was just doing some tiling and went over to pick up a tool because I'm clearing out the grout lines, and I saw this screwdriver. This is an old screwdriver and has a kind of a cool story, and so I thought I'd tell it to you. Leslie and I started dating when we were young. We were 16, and so I got to meet her parents. We dated for a few years. I knew I wanted to marry her, and so I had to try to convince my parents and her parents that that would be okay. And I think I eventually ended up proposing or asking for her hand when I was 19. And so I remember going in to talk to her dad and saying, hey, you know, I like your daughter very much and I'd like to marry her. And so he asked me a question. He said, well, how are you exactly going to take care of my daughter? Because I was poor. I was a simple kid from a small town and going to school, hoping to make the world a better place, but you know, no assets. And by the way, very little skills. I'm not sure Leslie's dad was a huge fan of me when we first started dating. He was a farmer. He knew how to do everything. He could fix anything. You know, those guys are hardworking guys. And along comes me, and you know, back in the day, like my gift to the world was I could play football. And I thought, well, that obviously qualifies me to be a good husband because, I mean, I'm the captain of the football team, so clearly everyone should want to marry me. But I had no skills at all. And so he looked at me and, you know, I'm goofing around with my sweatpants and my t-shirts and I'm not doing a lot of work and he's working hard. I knew how to do nothing. He knew how to do all kinds of stuff. And he's kind of like, why should I let my daughter marry this guy? And so he asked me, how are you going to support my daughter? And I said, well, actually, your daughter's going to put me through seminary, which is just a terrible answer. I mean, it's a terrible answer, and he went, oh. And eventually he, happily, he said that he gave me permission to ask Leslie to marry me. Well, years later, he was killed in a farming accident, and it was a terrible accident. And after he died, you know, we started helping out Leslie's mom a lot and trying to be around for her because they were both a little bit on the older side. They were 70, 80 years old kind of thing. And so eventually I inherited some of Leslie's dad's tools, including this screwdriver. And so there's part of me that every time I pick it up, I think of him, and I think of the generous man that he was and the hardworking man that he was. And you know, I've tried really hard to learn some skills and to learn how to be a good husband and learn how to, you know, help my wife. When we started off our lives together, Leslie sacrificed a ton for us and for me. And, you know, truly, she put me through school, and then she took jobs that she didn't enjoy, and she helped for years. I was working in churches, and she would just volunteer for decades, you know, 15, 20 hours a week, because she cared about people and she wanted to help me. And we never made a ton of money. But she did it because you know, because of love and because of care. And so it's been super fun the last 5 years as we've thought of this idea, to be able to do something that's truly a joy to her, and to be able to use our gifts in a way that brings her joy. And she loves buildings, you know. And so this chateau is the perfect chance for us to both do something good for the world, helping young people, and also to do something that's super fun for her. And so it brings me a lot of joy to be able to use this screwdriver, her dad's screwdriver, to try to build her dreams, and then somehow to fulfill my promise to him to take care of his daughter. All right, that's a good morning. It looks good. Got that back corner done, got all the tiles on the wall. So now I can start to put away some tools, which is always nice. So we'll just finish cleaning up all the little grout lines. And then once we get them all clean, we can start putting on some grout. Then after the grout, I think we paint the trim, which will probably be Leslie. We paint the ceiling. We box in those pipes, probably. And we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with these pipes. I don't know, I don't really wanna box them in, because maybe we just paint them black. They kind of like a little bit of the character. Well, Leslie makes all those kind of decisions though, so we'll see what she wants. But we get that done, and then...
I hear my name?
You hear your name. Well, come on in.
What's going on?
Yeah, tiles are on the wall.
Okay, good.
That's good news, and they went on good.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of cleanup. I'm not sure. We're gonna box the corners, what we've been talking about, yeah. Though it almost looks kind of cool, but...
No.
And then over here, these ones, I don't know if we have to box those. Maybe we just paint black behind it, or I can probably wallpaper behind those ones up high. I don't know. What do you think? What do you want?
We'll see.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Good morning.
Oh, remember our little chandelier? Well, he's a little dirty, but you know what? He's gonna get a little makeover, and he's gonna look all good again. He's a little dusty, but that's okay. We will make him great again. It's coming. Bit by bit, so you can get a little bit of shine. Ooh, a little shine is coming. Okay, well, our little 15 euro find. I figured it's time to have a little win for the day.
Yep.
So I started
wow.
With our gold, and as you can see, so the crystals all shiny.
Oh yeah, look.
These all dingy. You see those ones nice and sparkly?
Huge difference. Wow, that's sparkly. 15 bucks.
I know. And then this is how well the brass is coming up on the yeah, on the
whatever candle holder. Where do you think this one's gonna go?
I don't know.
Not sure yet. Well, it'll find a nice little spot somewhere.
There's lots of places it could go.
Maybe
it should go in here.
Yeah, honestly.
Right? The little butler's kitchen, our breakfast kitchen.
Could use a cool light up there.
I could get rid of these stepped sconces that we
Yeah, your Leslie was saying the other day, it's incredible that those haven't been replaced yet.
I can't believe we still have them there.
Well, there it is.
So that could be fun.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. Another good job done. Or started. Well, since I finished the tiles in the morning, I figured I'd reward myself this afternoon with some nice mowing. And so I'm mowing the lane out, the village lane, and a bunch of stuff out here. Of course, there's some piles of debris from over the years. There's some old bricks, and then some of my old tiles. I just have that out in the corner coming around. You've got a bunch more stuff. You got some metal and more some fencing, random stuff, and then of course more cinder blocks. all lined up across here. You don't always see this because the leaves are out. So then, mower's working good. Came out to the gate, got that opened up. Then I saw something. See if you can see it. I came through here and I'm like, hey, what's that? That looks like a beam across with a gap underneath it. And I came over here. You see that? You probably can't see that. I need to get from a better angle for you here. See it here, I'll walk around. Of course, we're always looking for this infamous tunnel. This tunnel that we have not been able to find. And we're at the very edge of the property near town. And then look at this. Is that snake? That looks like a beam going across and something underneath. And I think, try to get in closer, it's kind of hard. Looks like there's bricks or something. I need to go in there and check that out. Another possibility for the tunnel.
Okay, so all of the room has some original black, or at least from the 80s, have this gray black trim, which I really love, which sort of inspired where this is going. And I'd really love to be able to just top coat it with a couple coats of another black. So I'm really hoping this is latex, not oil. Because if it's oil, latex can't go over oil or you're in trouble. So an oil can go over latex, but never the other way around. So I have a little test. I had to go and buy some rubbing alcohol in English. Here's the test. Let's see if my life's gonna be not so bad or not so good. I'm gonna do down here a little bit just so that we can't see where I rub, just in case. Oh guys, I really hope so. I think we're in luck. Yay! I thought for sure it was gonna be oil. So thrilled beyond realm that the latex is coming off. I may rub in one more spot just to make sure the world is a better place if I can just get some black paint on here, and then we can get the wallpaper up. Yay. I'm also not sure, between the two of us doing different videos here and there, if he talked about the back mosaic, which we can talk about when we do the full reveal. But you may have already seen, it says La Grifferaie. That's just a little sort of pet name that we kind of have when students are here. We say we're gonna go to the Griff, short for, of course, La Grifferaie. And I just thought it would be a fun little typography, little moment inside the shower, just to kind of make it official. Guess who went and did one of his favorite tasks? Do you see him waving? He loves to mow. It's the funniest thing, but you know what? It keeps down animals, and as you've probably seen by now, that's probably a good thing. So we have seen a lot less of a lot of things. So the more we can keep things clean, the better. We don't own the other half of the property, which is maybe part of the problem, which we've tried to work on, but that hasn't happened yet. So hopefully over time that can happen. Until then, it's a gloomy day, but we're getting stuff done. So in our suitcases that we brought this time for carry-on, wasn't full of a lot of clothes. I was hoping we had enough sweaters here already. But what was in here, a few different things that we needed to get. One, I was looking for silk chain sleeves. Two of our chandeliers that are gonna go in the breakfast room, the morning room, have not great looking chain. Like it says it can hold things really heavy, but they're just tiny and they look completely out of proportion. And at this point, we can't find any that's long enough. So found this, I think it's gonna look much better. Brought that from home, found a great deal, got a trade deal on that. Then I'm gonna show you this. Downstairs in the 2 student grad assistant bedrooms, I'm trying to make it feel a little homier and less basement-y. Long way to go down there. However, I did cart this all the way here. It's a mammoth stencil. It's from the William Morris type of collection. His wallpapers from early 1900s were spectacular and really cool, like lots of oak leaves and all those kind of artistic nature motifs. So I found this one stencil really unusual to find, especially at a price point that isn't crazy. And I think it's gonna be great down there. It gives us the feeling of doing something more expensive, but of course it's just a stencil. Here it is. Can you see it? That's one big stencil. It's very large. There's my hand in comparison. It's big, which I'm not sad about, considering the walls are very tall, even for a basement down there. But as you can see, we have a lot of oak trees on this property, and it's called the acorn, which we've got plenty of kicking around. So there's some little acorns and oak leaves, another set of oak leaves, and then one big, sorry, the Bing's having fun over there with his, with his bunny. And lots of leaves and everything else. Anyway, I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna give it some texture and some depth. And hopefully I can get to that this trip if I don't freeze too much down there. Meanwhile, you get to enjoy, hey Bingy, Bing, what are you doing, funny guy? You playing with your bunny? Yeah, you are. Anything to stay warm. Have a good day.
Okay, time to shower before going out for some food. And it is 7. That's gonna be a cold shower. But it's +7, but it's still a nice shower. So fun to use the one that, you know, that we did last time. It'll be fun when this London one's done too. And this is our little street that goes through Eschimere. That's our church. And here we have the Au Petit Bourgeois, which is our local restaurant. Fun to come in there. Good deal. $14.90 for entree, plat, and dessert, and also wine and coffee, or $13.90 without the coffee. Should be fun. Oh, nice.
Ah, here's the menu.
Fromage blanc. Oh, it's turkey, isn't it?
I haven't read it yet. I was just,
Yeah.
let's see. $13.90. Okay.
Great, great. One of the fun things at the Petit Bourgeois is they have a bit of a buffet for appetizer for the entrees. So we got lots of nice meats there, some pickles, and a few different salads. Also butter, nice from the North Americans. We'll grab some stuff. So again, always a treat as a North American to have a little butter and ketchup for your fries. And I try to try a little bit of each of these salads to see what they are. This looks like tuna today, which I'm in the mood for. Pickles.
Cornichon.
Cornichon, oui.
Lots of different salads here. I personally like the carrot salads. It's probably some kind of potato salad. And they like boiled cold eggs.
Yeah, the plat has come out, and we believe it is turkey or pork. We're not exactly sure. It said Dinda, so that's turkey, I think. Leslie has a salad, I have some fries. Very nice. Lots of good food. Yeah, we really got a good meal here. Turkey's fantastic. And I'm enjoying the mayo and the ketchup. By the way, if you're at a McDonald's, that would cost like, I don't know, 40 or 50 cents to get that. And also, there's the vin compris. We're enjoying some good food. Leslie's made a new best friend. That radiator. Super warm. So we got some dessert. What do you got there?
A brownie with a creme anglaise. It's like a creamy, melted ice cream kind of.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and you have...
What do I have?
Let's see, what do you have?
It's like a
You have a fromage blanc.
Well, fromage blanc. White
with
cheese.
maybe caramel. And what else do they have on that? Oh, the caramel.
Yeah, the cafe coming. Let's take a look.
Glaze.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
It's good. I've actually really come around to this tradition, the French tradition of having a cafe at the end of the meal. It's usually about $1. Sometimes $1.50. And it's just a single espresso shot.
And you?
What's that?
And usually right at the end. Usually it's after you have dessert.
Yeah, you definitely eat at the end.
But they brought it with this time, which is kind of nice.
No, we'll take it. I'll get it together.
So we had 2 heating blankets that have been quite lovely when we're sitting and working on our computer. But they've gone kaput. So I was on the hunt all day today for 2 more, and someone has already snuggled in with one. And this one doesn't have one yet, but definitely snuggled in. And we've got the little fire butane guy on. So you know what? It's not so bad considering it's chilly.
It's cold. It's not, I mean, that thermostat says, or that thermometer says 9. All right, we're outside with the dog. That's temperature out there. Yep. It's chilly.